Shalom, everyone, and nearly Shabbat Shalom to all of you, wherever you are. Today is Friday. Today is the 20th day of the Hebrew month of Tevet, and today is also January the 13th, and we are about to start a new book in Torah this coming Shabbat, the book of Exodus. And after finishing the book of Genesis and reading about the development of our nation, our forefathers, the foundations of our nation, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and their families, we are beginning to read about the ultimate leader that we've ever had, and that is, of course, Moses. One of the first things that we see about Moses is that he is born in a time when baby boys were thrown into the Nile in Egypt. And his mother manages to save him. His mother puts him in a little basket and makes sure that he doesn't sink. And she puts him in the water. In the end, Moses ends up at the palace because Batia, the daughter of Pharaoh, she finds him on the Nile. She takes him and she adopts him to be like her own child. So Moses actually gets to live and to grow up in the palace. One day, it says in chapter 2, one day Moses went out from the palace to see what goes on out there. And he saw the affliction of his brothers and sisters. He saw the affliction of the Jewish people, the slaves of the Egyptian empire. And it says there's something very small, and which I'm not sure that comes across in the translation, in chapter 2, verse 11. It says that Moses went out and he saw their affliction. He saw their suffering. But in the Hebrew language, to see that he saw their suffering, we should say, Vayar et sivlotam. That's what we should say. But what we actually find there written is Vayar be sivlotam. He saw in their affliction, if you'd like. The preposition is different, and the change is very subtle. Vayar et sivlotam as opposed to Vayar be sivlotam. And the question is why? Why do we have this preposition in such a non-conventional way? And the answer is that Moses had the ability, and God is trying to signal it to us through the verses, that Moses had the ability to not only see one's suffering, one's difficult position. Moses had the ability to put himself in his own shoes and experience and feel that suffering himself. He saw in their affliction, which is the very first thing that we ever see him about him as a leader. And it's just the starting point to really get to know this ultimate leader that we've had, chosen by God to lead us through the process of redemption. So may we all have this kind of sensitivity towards one another, to see in one another's difficulty, so that we will be able to bring salvation and healing to one another as the children of the same Heavenly Father. Shabbat Shalom.